blockchain is going to create the greatest transference of wealth in human history, and MOSCA is the tip of the spear in terms of showing the average everyday person that may not really understand it, but you don't have to get onboarded into this ecosystem and get your fair share. So I want you guys to hear from this hedge fund manager that I follow, and he's going to elaborate and speak to the power of blockchain and the wealth that it's going to create. Really pay attention to what he says here. This is Mark Yusko.
Every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every bottle of fine wine, every collectible car, every piece of real estate, every private business, everything of value in the world will eventually be a token. This adoption of technology, this evolution, it's not a revolution, it's an evolution of technology, that everything of value will be a token on a blockchain. It's literally a line item on a public ledger. Everything of value will be that. And every transaction of value will happen in digital assets. We don't need the pieces of paper. Wipe out all of DTCC, which processes $1.8 quadrillion a year. That is a large number. So that will all move to digital.
And
when it does, it will create massive wealth, the greatest wealth creation opportunity I'm going to see in my lifetime.
Okay, so this is the greatest wealth transference in our lifetime, you guys. And what I want to do real quickly before I continue is I want to show you guys something in the back office here, because you guys may not understand. When we talk about being decentralized, right? We are truly decentralized. And you see here about MOSCA, what we're really about, we're the future of money. We're the future of entrepreneurship. We're not a program, we're a business. We're the future of giving, receiving, okay? We're the future of analytics. We're the future of flexibility. We're going to be able to pivot in this industry. We're the future of freedom, the future of doing and inspiring. We're the future of teamwork, okay? Literally speaking, of growth. We're the future of commerce. We're also the future of crypto and fiat. We're the future of finance. I want you guys to really understand that. And we're just in phase one right now. And we've been able to put together something on the blockchain where money, as we know, is not free, but money can be freed for people worldwide. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and log in to this account here real quickly. I want to show you guys something here. All right, let me do this. Connect this wallet. I'm going to log in, okay? Now I want to show you guys something here, okay? Now, this is what I want you guys to really pay attention to. The reason why I showed you guys that about the blockchain being a line item, and one of the things that we did was we put together a smart contract, which means that because some of you have been a part of different things in the past whereby there were rug pulls, people ran away with the money, it wasn't verifiable and all of these different kind of things. I want you guys to see one of the things that we added here. You guys see up here, you have your, obviously your wallet value, your cooperative value, things of that nature. But so that you guys understand, I want to show you guys transaction history. You guys may not have known this, but we really wanted people to understand that when we say a smart contract on a digital ledger, we do. We have that. So it's verifiable. So when you start getting transactions, you can literally click over this one right here, right? I'm going to click on this number 5 transaction, and look what pops up. This is coded right to the blockchain, and you can actually view it on the digital ledger, verifiably so, right?
Wow.
So
Wow.
we did this, you guys, absolutely. We did this so that you guys understand. We're not playing around here. Like, we are really the tip of the spear in terms of being purely decentralized. Revenue sharing owners, you don't have to trust the person that invited you or anything like that. Every transaction is verifiable on the blockchain, which is a public digital ledger. Make sense? So hopefully you guys are getting more and more excited about what it is that we have our hands on. And then obviously you guys have the notifications up here, of all the different payments, and you're able to go back and see all that stuff there. But I wanted to show you guys that, and we're going to come back here into the back office again. So we'll do that because I want to show you guys some other things. But I want to really help you guys understand where we're sitting at right now, that this is not a game, and you need to really pin your ears back and go to work, all right? We're not going anywhere. So the whole power of blockchain is that there's this transition taking place from traditional finance where you have a centralized, bank. They have a private ledger, if you will, that we don't necessarily have access to. Investors, lenders, borrowers, and institutions, that's who they have to go through, right? DeFi is decentralized finance, where we remove our reliance on intermediaries, all right? And it allows us to create the world's largest and fastest growing peer-to-peer funding network whereby we can kind of behave like our own bank. Now, I want to make something abundantly clear. We are not a bank. We are a decentralized peer-to-peer funding cooperative, okay? But we behave like a bank because we have control over the velocity and the movement of money. Make sense, everybody? So that is the major transference that's taking place, and individuals and companies are jockeying for a position to get their piece of the action. I'm here to let you guys know that we're going to create more, cash flowing millionaires than any other company in the history of the people-to-people space. And each and every one of us that's on the line right now in pre-launch, we are pioneering this, ladies and gentlemen. You need to be really, really excited about what we got our hands on here, okay? So basically, because of the smart contract, understand, we're talking about trustless, right? We don't need a third party, entity or intermediary to be the go-between in transactions because of blockchain. It reduces our reliance on them. You're going to be able to earn unlimited monthly recurring revenue because you're helping us build this network that you're a revenue sharing owner of, getting the digital real estate. Do you guys understand the power of the digital real estate? No gambling, no speculation. I get calls and DMs every day about this next great percent daily program. And charge, I'm getting ready to say to my head and not my heart. I am so sick and tired of those something for nothing deals preying on people because people are scared to talk to people or they fear rejection, right? So you have to either choose rejection or choose regret. And I'm here to let you guys know anyone can find 3 people that want to help us extend the table that we're offering to people. So in our environment, we get to own the track, you guys, without gambling our money away. Own global peer-to-peer payments network, all right? A transferable asset that each and every one of us are building to give to our next of kin and to be able to earn 0.25% on transactions. And so the reason why I showed you guys that in the back office and I wanted to reveal that to you is that now you can actually see that the transactions are being loaded and linked on the blockchain. This is not just flowery words, it's literal. Makes sense, everybody, so far, okay? So I want to go with this real quick, and I want to talk to you guys about systems. That's one of my personal superpowers is I'm a systems person, and because I understand everything operates on a system, all right? A lot of us would not be alive today if we didn't have a cardiovascular system, a skeletal system, and all of these different endocrine systems. These are the things that allow us to be alive and upright without us having to think about it, okay? So there's no secrets to success. There's only systems to success. And I want to talk about this to help some of you that may be dealing with people that when they look at this, they may say, oh, is it one of those pyramid deals, okay? I want to help you guys overcome this because understand, that doesn't even ruffle my feathers anymore. When I hear people say that, it tells me a lot more of their lack of understanding of finances and the way of the world when it comes to money than anything else. That doesn't even ruffle my feathers. It just really helps me understand the ignorance level of people that still hold on to that kind of words, pyramid and all that kind of stuff, right? I'm going to help you guys eliminate that today. And one of the ways that I want you to think about it is this. Anybody out there that's in any kind of management position, let's just say, all right, and if you're in a management position, let me turn my camera on here. If you're in a management position and you have people obviously that answer to you, right? And then you may have someone that you have to answer to, right? So that's multi-levels, that's multiple levels, right? So most organizations are multiple levels. They're top-down infrastructures because if they weren't multi-level, then it would be uni-level. Everyone would have the same title and get paid the same way. But that's not the case at your job. You have churches, you have charities. It's all top down. That's how infrastructures are built. Well, the other thing that you need to understand when people are talking about multi-level and pyramids is this. When it comes to you being able to increase your salary or move up, okay, or elevate yourself from a financial perspective in the environment of your job, all right, do you have 100% control over that, or is it politically driven? I want you guys to think about that. See, most people, you don't have 100% control over the job in terms of giving yourself a pay raise or increasing yourself, or evolving from a financial perspective. It's politically driven. You have backstabbers, brown nosing. You have a limited amount of positions as you climb up that corporate ladder. People, we're taking the lid off of this. Decentralization, it basically inverts the top-down pyramid, and it's a bottom-up solution. And we're bringing this to the marketplace. So let me help you guys understand what I mean by that. So let's just say this is you, all right? And you go ahead and you activate 3 accounts, right? When you do that, you guys know you're going to receive residual compensation. But guess what? Because we created this income escalator, 9 other people that were in line ahead of you on the income escalator is going to receive an increase in their residual cash flow. Because all everyone's required to do is activate 3 accounts. Now, will you be able to do more? Absolutely. We have people out here killing it, actually introducing more than 3 because they truly want to see other people win, all right? And we're talking about this is a one-time execution. And then let's go ahead and say you introduce someone like Doug. He activates 3 accounts. He's going to receive residual deposits. But when that happens, automatically, because of the smart contract, you saw an increase in your residual cash flow independent of your involvement. And 8 other people that were in line ahead of you saw an increase in their residual cash flow. Doug introduces a church, right? So the church activates some accounts, one-time execution. They receive money, and when that happens, the smart contract goes to work. Doug automatically receives, you receive more money. 7 other people that were in line ahead of you on the escalator saw an increase in their residual cash flow. This is happening independent of their involvement. People, AI is here. And the purpose of AI is to make life more efficient, to give us back more time, because none of us are getting any younger, right? Time is more valuable than money. You can lose your car keys in your wallet and retrieve those over and over again, but when time is gone, it's gone forever. So let's go ahead and say this church introduces Beverly. Beverly activates 3 accounts, one-time execution. She receives, when that happened, the smart contract that's built into the blockchain executes the predetermined conditions, and everyone received more money, and 6 other people above you saw an increase in their residual cash flow. Now, they don't necessarily know Doug. They may not even know you. They don't know the church, and they don't know Beverly, right? Beverly then introduces, let's say, her brother. But let's say her brother lives over in Australia, right? They need cash flow over there in Australia. Activates 3 accounts, one-time execution. When that happens, he receives. And then guess what? The smart contract goes to work, and everybody above you receives some residual deposits as well from the brother in Australia activating accounts. Now you have an international quote-unquote bank, all right? The brother introduces his church. Now we have a coalition of churches and charities and individuals, right, doing the exact same thing. Because once again, this vision is so big that even churches and individuals and charities' dreams can fit into this ecosystem. So then the church does a one-time execution. They receive deposits, and then look what happens. A smart contract puts it on the blockchain. Everyone sees an increase in their residual deposits. The church introduces Linda. Linda does a one-time execution. Bam, look what happens. Bottom up. Linda introduces her good friend Bridget. Bridget's like what she sees. One-time execution. Connect 3 wallets. Help us build our global network. Bam, everyone sees an increase in their residual deposits on the blockchain. Bridget introduces Belinda. Bam, everyone sees an increase. Belinda introduces a charity, right? Bam, everyone sees an increase. Now, here's the thing that I want you guys to understand. Unlike your job or the pyramid question that people ask, remember, ask the question. In your job environment, do you have control over increasing your finance, giving yourself a pay raise, moving up the corporate ladder? 100% control, or is it politically driven? We know it's politically driven. In this environment, do we all have 100% control over the velocity of money, on how quickly everyone, every church, every charity, every individual can escalate up infinitely? This isn't a stagnant thing. This is fluid, if that makes sense to everyone. So we're not the top down. We are the bottom up. So decentralization, it inverts the centralized power structure, you guys. This is why we're so excited and why we put every line of code. See, we took all the years of our evaluated experience. And for those of you that are new to in our environment, we talk about evaluation of experience. Because that old saying that experience is life's greatest teacher, that's a lie. Experience is not life's greatest teacher. Only evaluated experience is life's greatest teacher. Because if experience was life's greatest teacher, then people would not go from one trading company percent daily program to the next one that has a different color lipstick and wonder why it didn't work to the next one that has a different color lipstick. You have to begin to evaluate the experience, ladies and gentlemen, right? So we are a bottom up. We're not the top down pyramidal structure, all right, which is centralized. So look at all the room at the top for everyone to escalate up and go over the top. And this is just phase one of what it is that we're doing, okay? So phase one, there's going to be so much wealth created, but phase 2 and 3, the kind of things that we're going to be able to do because we own the track without betting on the horses, you guys, it's mind-boggling, right? That's why what MOSCA is doing is very, very special in the people-to-people space. So I'm sharing that with you guys, and why I showed you guys in the back office that now you can see and verify the transactions that's coming in on the blockchain. You guys should feel confident, more confident about what it is that we're doing, okay? So MOSCA is about wealth for the people, right? So it's no longer about the top down. This is another funny thing that people, is it one of those pyramid things as if they haven't seen the dollar bill that has a pyramid on the back of it, right? It's bottom up, you guys. See, the top down was the new world order in a centralized environment. The promise of blockchain was to remove our reliance on intermediaries and finally give power to the people. And our whole job with MOSCA is just to educate, different people that may not be aware of what's really going on, and onboard people into the greatest transference of wealth in our lifetime, something that we can pass on to our next of kin. So we're really, really passionate about what it is that we're doing. We've taken all the years, all right, all the collective knowledge of the leaders, whether it's been in network marketing, whether it's been affiliate marketing, whether it's been in high ticket, traditional brick and mortar, all right, and we've trimmed away all the fat, and we only left substance so that the little person can win and the big person can win. MOSCA is different, you guys, and I hope you guys are starting to realize that, okay? So the reason why I'm sharing this with you guys is because if people just simply stand up, right? The centralized authorities and everything like that, and I'm not talking about revolution. I'm not a reactionary person. I don't live my life based on reacting. It's about being proactive. It's about poking at reality and creating your own reality, because all of us has the ability to do so. But I'm sharing this with you guys just to really defibrillate your thinking for those of you that may need that. Because there's a lot of people walking around life with their eyes wide shut. And so it's not even an intelligence issue, it's an awareness issue. And so what MOSCA is looking to do is to bring people's awareness to that you finally have something in the palm of your hands, where we all have 100% control of the outcome, 100% control of transactions, 100% control on how fast we can do that with velocity of money, 100% mutually beneficial. I want you guys to think about that, right? 100% a choice and not a chance. We have 100% across the board. Think about how powerful that is. So we want to raise up the awareness level of everyone within the community so that we can go to work and stand up, and the game is over. So once again, I'm going to fly through this so that you guys understand this whole bottom up and the escalator now. That we're not the pyramid where it's stagnant and you got to wait for someone to give you a permission to give you a pay raise or to go to the next title, right? No, we're talking about cash flow which is more valuable than cash accumulation. So as everyone does their one-time execution, they get 149, right? You guys know the drill. We're connecting 3 digital wallets each. This is an enterprise, one-time execution, and everyone does the one-time execution. I call it an investment of labor, right? Which is better than an exchange of labor or even an investment, because we get to control this, okay? And everyone, every church, every charity, every individual, through a one-time execution and teaching duplication, can go right to the top and teach other people how to do that. So the smart contract that we put in place automates everyone's monthly recurring revenue. Now you guys see this right here. It says T times E squared equals money, or I like to call it financial freedom, okay? I want to break this down for you guys. There's a book that I read many, many years ago, back in my early days in the network marketing space. And I want to reiterate, this is not network marketing, you guys. This is not. This is the cooperative age, Web3. This is different. This is real business. This is not a program. And, you know, when people say program, it's just like, it's a business. And so you want to treat it as such. A program is something that you think you're just going to get in and something's going to hatch for you. That's not what this is. This is a business, and you have to do something. And what you have to do is connect 3 wallets and teach duplication to those 3. All right. So there's a book by Burke Hedges. It's called Copycat Marketing. It's an old school book. He also wrote a book called The Parable of the Pipeline. And what I love about how he writes, he takes complex things and makes them very, very simple. This equation here, you guys want to write this down, because this is the financial freedom equation. And basically the T stands for time copycatting something that's proven times exponential growth equals financial freedom. So the beautiful thing about what we have our hands on is that everyone's already participating in our business, right? If you have any form of a digital wallet, whether it's Cash App, PayPal, a bank account, things of that nature, you're already participating in it. You're just not getting your economic value. But the other thing about copycatting is that everybody on this line, you're very, very good. We're all professionals at copycatting. The only reason why you're able to speak the language that you speak right now, if you're here in America and you speak English, is because as a baby, you heard English long enough that you started copycatting the English language. But if I was born in China, I would be speaking Chinese. The way in which you dress, the way in which you perceive reality, a lot of us is because we copycatted someone. We are professionals at copycatting, right? It's like a franchising mindset. So the T stands for the time, which we say 7 days of copycatting a proven system. 7 days to connect 3 digital wallets and teach other people how to do that, and how this is built through exponential growth, right? As we're being system dependent, everyone has the opportunity to become financially free in our environment. Folks, so we're so stoked about what we have our hands on. It's just really get laser beam focused, and don't be fearful about talking to people about this incredible enterprise, okay? So which leads me to the next thing that I want to talk to you guys about, and that's about strategic partnerships. And this goes back to this whole idea of a program. And I get it. I remember early on in my career in the people-to-people space, I wanted to help everybody. And what ended up happening was that it drained me emotionally, mentally, and physically. I've had conversations with leaders, right? People that have influence in the people-to-people space. And this is real talk here, right? This is locker room. And there's some of them that know that the percent daily programs are on a shelf life, right? But the reason why they like it is because they've been burnt trying to help people that aren't willing to participate in their own rescue. They'd rather do something to tell people, hey, listen, you ain't got to talk to nobody, just put some money in. All right? I've had conversations with people, and they've shared that. Like, I'm just burnt out trying to help people that don't want to help themselves. So why am I saying this? What we've done is we've lowered the bar so low. We're talking about 3 activations and teaching duplication. All right. And so when we talk about strategic partners, we're talking about intentional. So you want to make sure that the 3 people that you go after, that you're dealing with in your family, go after the 3 most responsible people in your life. All right. the 3 people that you can rely on. Go after the greedy and not the needy. And what I mean by that is that everyone needs this, but everyone's not going to participate in their own rescue. They still have that welfare program mentality. And so you don't want to do that. It's going to burn you out. You know, it's biblical. There's going to be poor amongst us. As much as we want to see everybody win, and trust me, we have an environment where everyone can win, they just will not do their part. So the only way to scale your business without increasing your hustle is to duplicate yourself, right? So you don't want to add the wrong partners. You don't just want to get 3 people that can fog up a mirror, but they're not going to do anything. You're looking for 3 people that want to build a business with you. The greatest thing about the people-to-people space that anybody can get in, we know that, but that's also the worst thing that anyone can get in. And what we're doing here at MOSCA is that we want to drain the swamp. We want to give the entire people-to-people space a facelift. We want this to be a profession that people can really be like, I want to get involved in that, because people are winning, people are cooperative, right? People operate with a spirit of excellence. They don't want something for nothing, if that makes sense, everyone. So really be intentional about who it is that you're speaking to, and that's why it's so important that we promote you doing the press play. And I'm gonna touch on this a little bit, because you can send out a link, right? And there's a difference between what's good and what's bad, right? We understand that. Doing something that's good and bad, we understand that. But the tough part is between doing what's best and what's good. Some of us have the ability just to send somebody a link, and based on our reputation, our sphere of influence, you send them a link, they're going to look at it and they may get involved. But then there's others of us that we've been a part of 50 different deals in the last 6 months that we just can't send somebody a link because we've cried wolf too many times. So the best case scenario, and we put this in place in the back office, is your transference of your excitement and your belief about what it is that you're doing. And you want to invite them to a Zoom screen share. And you want to deal with that elephant in the room. You want to let them know, hey, listen, I know we've been a part of different things. I've evaluated those experiences. I've grown from that, but we're continuing to look for a great opportunity that can free us up, from the time for money trap. And I'm excited about this project. I want you to just take a look at it. If you like it, great. We can do some great things together. If you don't like it, I'm going to love you anyway. And take the time to do a Zoom screen share. But all sales is just a transference of energy. That's all that it is. So belief is more valuable than skill set. Understand that. You give me somebody that has conviction and belief in a small skill set versus someone that has a high skill set but no belief, I'm going to take the one with the high belief any day of the week. They'll run circles around that individual. So it's so important. I'm sharing that with you guys that to help you understand that the strategic partnership meetings, the press play, is going to be the best thing for the masses long term, because it creates duplication. Okay, long term. It creates sustainability, and it's teaching people how to become an entrepreneur at the exact same time, because we're not a program. We are a legitimate business. Make sense? So let me show you guys this, what I mean by that. And then we're going to wrap this thing up for today. These are the steps right here. Activate, invite, and press play, right? So let's go back here real quick. Move myself out of the way.
Oh, perfect.
Don't mind, just go ahead and mute out your line there. That'd be great. Okay, so let's go back here to resources. And if you guys come back here to resources, we put this together so that everyone can win. And even when I'm doing the presentation, when people ask me to do presentations now, you guys need to understand that I'm doing the press play. Because I realize the moment that I'm introducing someone to this, I'm duplicating myself. I'm showing them exactly what's required in order to be successful. So rather than me always doing the horse and buggy show in the presentation, for every single person or small team meeting, I press play to show the duplication, the simplicity of what it is that we do. You want to get in the habit of doing the exact same thing, all right? So here we have the weekly schedule. You guys can come here and see the schedule. Now, obviously, because, we're basically in pre-launch, all right, there's going to, it's down to, 1 day a week, and then we have the locker room, because once again, we don't want to create a reliance on people that have the high skill set to always do the presentation. We want everyone to realize that they can build a successful business, okay? Also, here's our transformative purpose too, team. I want you to understand that MOSCA has a purpose, all right? Take the time to read what this purpose is. We see money as like water, right? It's a resource that flows to us and through us. And we've created a system with our income escalator that we can have money flowing to us and through us, and we have 100% control over that. And when that happens, it's to move and nurture the most people possible. And that's when money fulfills its highest purpose. And that's what we're all about here, okay, in MOSCA. So then the other thing that you come here, if you guys need a refresher on how to invite, you guys can click on that. But then you just come here and you guys do a press play. This is going to be critically important for the long-term success and sustainability. Now, we have two versions in here. We have one that we put here. We have the roll call of people coming in where they can feel the buzz and all that kind of stuff. So you can do a full screen, you can press play there. And then we also have another one where you don't have all the buzz and everybody coming in, but it gets right to it in terms of the presentation, okay? So I wanted to share that with you guys. And once again, for anyone that came in late, I want to show you guys this, the last thing, just so that if you didn't know, in your transaction history now, you can come down here. You go here, you can come over here, and you can click on any of your transactions, and you can see it literally on the blockchain, verifiably so, okay? So team, we're fired up about what it is we have our hands on. Hopefully you guys are as well, and hopefully you guys were able to get something out of today's presentation. You guys excited about what we got our hands on? Everybody fired up?
Yes.
Fantastic, you
Yes.
guys.
Yeah. Absolutely.
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 Yes.
Good. We're fired up.
Yes.
Fantastic
Let's
job.
go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Good deal. Let me do this real quickly,
Fired
guys.
up and ready to go.
I know that's right, Doris. Well, let me do this here real quick if you guys don't mind. Hopefully this gentleman made it on here. I want you guys to hear from a couple of people. Like I said, we are attracting and collaborating with incredible leaders, people that have, seven-figure income earners, people that know how to evaluate a business when they see one in the people-to-people space. And this gentleman that I'm going to bring on, hopefully he was able to make it on. I know he had a couple meetings and things of that nature. But he's someone that we're becoming fast friends here because we have a very similar mindset. He has an incredible approach, very, very successful. He's built companies in the past, seven-figure income earner. He hosts different master classes. At some point in time, he's going to be doing some of these locker rooms, bringing his expertise as well, helping us move the needle forward in these locker rooms. And I know he wants to highlight a couple of people, and maybe he's want to share a few words as well. But is Mr. Spencer Iverson out there? Hey, Spence, you out there anywhere?
Yes, I'm here. Let me see if I can raise my hand. It's a whole lot of... You got me?
Here.
Okay.
Yep, I'm going to go ahead and put you in speaker mode. Go ahead, take it away.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm excited. We're losing sleep out of excitement because, as many people know, we're on this 90-day campaign. My partners and I, Mr. Jonathan Green and Mr. Derek Brown, 90 days, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 days a week. So, and it's been a long time since I have been willing to participate building a project. I don't say that arrogantly. It's just the belief level of when you see something that has all of the elements of something that is relevant today, but is more importantly going to be relevant for the next generation. And you can get behind something like that. And so we're just flat out excited. I don't want to add anything to this phenomenal training and minimize what you brought to the table on today. It has been very informational and really elevating and raising all the ships at the same time, particularly with a baseline understanding of what blockchain technology is. As you're aware, Yesterday, we had an amazing conversation with a worldwide icon in the cryptocurrency space. And we're just learning more and more information about how big this is currently and how big it's going to be. So I want to introduce someone, just one person on today. And I wanted to highlight his story because I think it's going to add value to everyone on today from a credibility standpoint. I've known of this gentleman for probably 12 to 13 years because his company was one of the companies that we considered using for one of the companies that I owned. He is a partner with a company called Trinity Soft, and they provide back-end solutions for network marketing companies. They provide, they create the binary comp plans, the reporting, all of the bonus structures. So when you go into a company's back office and see what you see, his company is one of the companies that does that build out. We're actually considering them for the travel company that we own, Jonathan Green and I. But here's a person who's seen it all. He has literally seen it all. And when I shared the MOSCA presentation with him, it took him 4 seconds to say, yeah, man, look, send me your link. So his name is Mr. Solomon McCluster. He's out of the Dallas, Texas area. So Solomon, if you're on, I'd love for them to be able to highlight you and for you to share in 2 minutes or less, what you saw regarding the MOSCA project, given, how much you've seen with your company and why this has really stood out to you and you've kind of put your influence behind it.
Thank you, Mr. Iverson. Spencer is an incredible guy. His speech carries weight, right? And like Smith said, we were talking about this other project, and then we got on the subject crypto, and then he brought this thing up. Now, like Smith said, I've been around this thing for about 30 years, owned 2 MLM companies, worked at corporate for the longest time, and probably to this. So I have seen it, truly have seen it all. This thing right here, it combines the ability to share a program and to have a program that will duplicate itself and takes away everything that you run into a roadblock with the direct selling industry. It is leveraging that massive growth. And if you think I'm playing, if you think it don't work, looking at some of the people on this call, some of y'all probably as youthful as I am, and you may remember a company by the name of MCI. MCI came on the scene with friends and family, and everybody else is like, hey, we ain't got to worry about these little guys, right? That friends and family, if I'm going to talk to my friends, you're going to talk to your friends, we might as well talk on the same line and get a little bit from it, right?
That's right.
Within the first year, they had stole 25% of the market share, 25%. Now, what we have is something that everybody out there can use. The blockchain is coming. You cannot get around it. You cannot hide from it. And the funny thing about it is most people are using a instance of a blockchain right now with what the federal government has in place, something by the name of FedNow. Notice now when you do a transaction, it can be instant, right? Everybody's digital. So if you miss this, you can't blame nobody but yourself because it's going to happen with you or without you. And when Spence told me about it, like he said, before the words exited his mouth, I was always like, send me your link, I'm signing up. So if you're on this call right now, you're not on this call by happenstance. You're not on this call because you just woke up one morning, somebody hit you on the head and said, hey, hop on this call. You're on this call because the decisions that you make will dictate the life that you lead. And you are in a position to make a decision right now that can change your life and your family's life for the years to come. So who down with me? Let's do this.
Awesome. Thank you, Solomon. Mr. Baldwin, thank you for letting me share this morning. Back to you. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you guys, people that have bona fide experience in this industry of people to people understand exactly what they're looking at. And so we're fired up about this deal. And what I'm going to do, I want to take the time. If anyone else has some people that they want to, recognize, please just raise your hand and we're going to go through the line. We're going to do a hard stop, though, at 1 o'clock. So we got 8 minutes. So we don't want to associate any pain, but we're going to go down the line here. Mr. Barry Sims, how are you?
Unmute, Barry.
I'm good. Good morning, Greg. Thank you for acknowledging me. I'm just excited. I want to give kudos to my three leaders at the Fortune Hub. They're just phenomenal guys. And on yesterday, I happened to be reading the business section of the New York Times, and it just blew me out. I'm just going to read the headline. It says, CFPB cuts may benefit X money. They're talking about Mr. Musk. And I think that MOSCA is in line to take advantage of the deregulation that's about to come to the digital wallet. And folks, you know, I'm going to make this business work for my family and I. Thank you for your time, and good morning for everybody. Let's do this.
I love it. Thank you so much for that, Barry, sharing that with us. See you over the top. Let's go on to the next person. Try to do this as quickly as possible. Let's go with Lady Z. How are you, Lady Z?
I'm doing okay. I just want to recognize my two business partners, Valerie Watkin of No Sad Story Ministry out of South Carolina, and Pastor Dr. Dorothy Ross out of Chicago. I just have one question that came to me by one of my attendees. Is it possible to deposit your retirement check in your MOSCA account?
You know, you can, but I mean, I don't know why you would want to necessarily do that per se. We're building a network at this moment in time. There's other places that you can put your money besides putting just your retirement check into the MOSCA Citizen wallet. I would strongly suggest that she finds some experts from an investing standpoint, things of that nature. But we want to keep this thing very, very simple. 127 a month, 28 a month, and let's keep it moving.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure. Okay. The Wealth Minister, how are you, man?
I'm rich. How you doing there, brother?
Excellent.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to save all my comments really for a live stream. I'm just going to do a live stream. Folks, I encourage all of you to get your thoughts together, build with your teams individually, and do that kind of thing to minimize time. I only have one question, Brother Greg, and the name of the author that introduced the T times E squared. Did you say Burke Hodges?
Burke Hedges.
Hedges. Okay. And I'm familiar. All right. Thank you so much.
My
Great
pleasure.
call.
Fantastic. Cal, how you doing?
Greetings, sir. Greetings, everyone from the Caribbean. I have two questions. One is, are there options where I can contact you directly? Maybe through Telegram or something? That is one. Two, MOSCA. I'm new, I'm registered, I'm funding. What is MOSCA? Is it acronyms? Is it a name for something? I haven't heard any information on that shit.
Fantastic. Yes, it is an acronym. It stands for Mobius Savings and Credit Association. And at some point in time, probably next week, I'll go over that again in terms of how that came about, the history of that. I always tell people that I have the opportunity to speak with that this thing has been divinely orchestrated. And I was humbled by what came across my desk when we came up with the word MOSCA as an acronym, but it stands for Mobius Savings and Credit Association.
Okay, thank you. I'm trying to find a way where I can connect with you because I want to build this thing in a particular way, and I would like to have a group of leaders come before you soon where you might be able to come on and present if you have that kind of availability.
Okay, yeah, reach out to me on Telegram. Who's your success line?
Mike, Pamela, who is under Elmia and Mike. I don't know if you're familiar with those names.
Maybe Amir, I may be. Okay, we'll work something out though. Glad to have you on board, Cal.
Thanks.
All right. George Beard, how you doing?
I'm doing good, sir. Thanks for the locker room today. I'm excited. Was that Spencer Iverson?
Yeah.
On the line?
Absolutely.
Man, listen, Mr. Iverson, if you're still on the line, Greg, excellent presentation. Man, I got a book from somebody years ago with you and two other gentlemen standing on the cover.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate the acknowledgement. Thank you.
And forgive me for not having the name of the book because I've been through so much and I got so many books. But as you're talking now, your name came up. I can see the book flashing. It was about the formula. Is that it?
You got it. That's the name of it. Yes, sir.
Oh, man. Thank you, Lord. You brought it back to me. So, hey, I lost that book, man. And I lost it in transition of losing something years ago. If you have a copy, man, I would love to get another copy of that, or if there's a place I can order it, because that's a book I carry with me every single day.
Thank you, brother. We'll make it happen.
I was hurt. I lost it. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right, we got iPhone.
Hey, how you doing? This is Coach Pelham. Got signed up last night with Jonathan Green. I've been hanging around Jonathan Green and Mr. Iverson in the last couple of travel agencies. Just heard him say they got a travel agency, so I might need to hear about that. But what I want to know, do you have, is there any way I can get a copy of the recording today?
Probably not, but we want to do, and respectfully so, is we like people to come just like you did. And I was, through evaluated experience, I've done that in the past where you have to edit it and you put it back there and people just weren't consuming it. And, we're here in the business of really building. And so that's the only reason why we wouldn't put it back there. But thanks for the question. All right. What's your name, by the way? Again, I'm sorry.
They call me Coach Pelham. I teach females how to box.
I love it. All right. Fantastic. Glad to have you on, Coach. Okay, let's go with Samuel Lewis.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for a wonderful presentation. As always, I must say I've never missed a presentation since the 1st of January. Now, I'm originally from Sierra Leone. I live here in Atlanta, and I'm really excited to take this opportunity back home. And I'm playing with different ideas in my head as to how I'm going to really assist folks back there. And one of them is for me to create my own extra financial incentive to get them rolling in my own way. I want to know from you if there's any ethical or legal ramifications that you may want to guide me against doing anything of that. I have done my own calculation, and I know it will be a win-win situation for me and the MOSCA, but I just want to get some direction from you about that.
What you just asked is a little bit vague. I don't have any context of what you're actually thinking about doing. I will say that what we have put in place is a universal system in terms of that we know works if people work it. And I know that a lot of times people have different ideas in terms of how they want to go about building it. But we've evaluated the experience over the years. And if we keep things uniform, so what happens if you do it a different kind of way, then they come into our environment and then they're hearing something that's completely different from the systematic approach that we have. Like we said, there's no secrets to success, only systems to success. I would encourage you to have a meeting with them, do a press play. All right, just like how we laid it out. And then from there, teach duplication. Now, is your concern in terms of them accessing or procuring the crypto? Is that your concern?
No, my concern is maybe the limited availability of funds for them to get started.
Gotcha.
My concern is that they will hear this, they'll be excited about it because these are young university graduates. They're all graduating left and right and no jobs. So I'm trying to present something with them that, look, man, forget about looking for a job. This is an opportunity for you to make money. Oh, well, the problem is to get that $125.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a suggestion there for that then. The best thing is, here's where we got to be resourceful. Have a group of them come together and put money together. And then they can work together and build it out even faster, and then they can divvy it up. And then if they want to then have enough money, then they can get their own lane from that standpoint. But in the beginning, one of the things they can do is be resourceful and pool their money together just to get a position and teach that level of duplication in terms of, people pooling their money to come on board. That's an option.
Okay. Good option. Good option. Good option. And I would channel my idea to you through my upline sponsor, and I won't necessarily go through that here. Okay.
Look at it. Thank you so much.
Sure. Okay, buddy. Thank you.
My pleasure. Last one. Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear, Mike.
I just want to say thank you for everything you do, and you just showed your mission, and I believe it's from this book, and it just testifies again, the reason I'm here is because we are on the same page, and I love everything you do. Thank you for this, and have a wonderful day. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. That's what it's all about, you guys. So listen, you guys, let's go ahead and keep it moving. We have a lot of work to do. Let me change the view here. We have a lot of updates that's going to be coming up, so stay plugged in. I'm talking with Spencer, also Jonathan Green and some other leaders, D Ford, things of that nature, about terms of what we're getting ready to do in terms of how we're going to launch, all of these different things. But the main thing is, if you don't have your 3, get your 3. It's not okay. Don't make it okay if you don't have your 3. Don't go to sleep this week until you get your 3, okay? So pin your ears back, show some teeth, be aggressive, okay, and go after your 3 people. Get that out of the way. Just get it done. And teach duplication and watch your life transform. We've made it so simple that a caveman can't really do this, you guys. Seriously. So having said that, you guys, as we end all of our presentations and trainings, we won't just see you at the top. We look forward to seeing each and every last one of you over the top. Take care, everybody. God bless.
And beyond. Thanks, Greg.
Fantastic, Greg.
Awesome.
Record.